Hello, hola, Shante with Brown Sugar Talk on the Black Unicorns coming to you today. Um, Today I'm drinking some water, but I put ginger and lime juice in here, like real lime juice. Um, when I don't have lime juice, I use the simple syrup and sweet lime juice. But either way, mm, it's so good. It's so good. Um, It's actually how I describe June Ambrose as a refreshing, flavored water. She's so gorgeous. She's just simply God. She is magnificent. If you guys do not follow June Ambrose, I think she's like a dresser or something. And also a designer. And I just think she is dainty and lovely and all those great things. It's refreshing. I love how body positive she is and all this different stuff too. And come to find out, she herself has anxiety. So it was like refreshing to get to know her through Instagram because I don't know her in real life, but it was so refreshing to get to know her through Instagram because that's what anxiety kind of looks like. When it's not a bad day, that's what it kind of looks like. It looks like you got to make decisions and they got to go by quick and you got to get your dance on and you got to do your feel good and all that different stuff. So it is like she is like a representation of life to me, like gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I think that if you have anxiety, if you see her, you'll kind of understand. So anyway, I want to talk about vibrational frequencies, and it's just like a vibe, like for real. It's like a energy level that you vibe at. And everybody can stand a different energy level. I myself am like a booty yoga level. I'm not a yoga level. I'm a booty yoga level. Like I still like hip hop. I still like to shake my butt, twerk around the house. It's like I'm kind of like at a fun level. Not to say yoga level is not, like regular yoga is like zen, quiet, no music. But a booty yoga level is like it's just different vibes, right? It's just like how do you, and mainly the aura of it all is positivity. I think people may describe it as something else, but for me it's like just how you vibrate, how you vibe within the world. And so for me too, I feel like because women are always like we have all these rules. Do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do it. Oh my God. And it's like we have more problems than people too. And so I think it's harder for people to like recognize that women do things. So even this list I'm looking at is like 10 toxic habits. And it's like they're not really habits. They are just issues that we'll have within our life that'll make us go through all these different things where we can't vibrate on a correct frequency. Um, so the first one it says making decisions or doing things out of fear rather than trust and love. Now that's easy for somebody to say if they have the power to be able to make those decisions. But if you got a kid at home, you got to feed them. If you the only parent making money in your house and you have a low income, all these different things, it's just for me. I realize that it's just some things I cannot do. And so somebody else might look at it and be like, oh my gosh, she don't worry about nothing. She don't be worried about nothing. And it's like, well, why? Because all I can do is call to see if I can get help. All I can do is relax about it. All I can do is accept the fate of what's going to happen. Like somebody going to tell you, well, if this happened, then this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, and that going to happen. Okay. So it's like, what else can I do? Like that's your vibe. So some things that you can do. Let me look at this. So again, if you want to raise your vibrational frequency, I would say put on some music or meditate. But the first thing is get the information that you need. Like I feel like in those situations, get the information that you need in order for you to feel at ease about what's going on. If you know what's going on, if somebody has communicated to you what's going on, and it's something that you can't change or it's out of your hands, then that's how you fully know it's out of your hands. I feel like in those situations where it's like you making those decisions out of fear is because you don't have all the correct information that you need in order for you to get by or make it through. So That's like my main thing is like, please be sure to like get everything that you need. This also is saying like comparing yourself to others. This is not a habit of mine, but it could seem that way. Like, I don't know, like, you don't have to compare yourself to other people. And I think that's easier said than done, because in my life I have never met another person like this, like me, like where they just like congratulations, like thank you, you did a good job, whatever. And they're just like, it's like I don't ever meet people on that level with me. So it's harder for me. It's hard to be in a room and you sit next to somebody and they like, she always get a reward. She does this or she does that, and it's like, well, just do something then. Like maybe she just a favorite. Maybe this is the job that's like, maybe she knows somebody. Maybe they recognize something different in her. Maybe they know her backstory. Maybe they know where she came from. Maybe they know. But it's what you don't know that's bothering you. So again, in those situations, it's still better for you to have the information that you need and to like come to a point of really thinking about, okay, wait a minute, this is like, yeah, I got a problem. That's when I started like, I don't really want to be in a meeting with you because you just keep talking about everybody else. Like, I don't want to do that. So I think, yeah, first off, get all the information you need and then have a dance party. Like, that's something everybody, like a raise your vibration. If you don't want to dance, then meditate. So it's like so many different things. You can do art, so all those things will take you back to your zen, because it's something that you just can't do without. Like, it's some things they just are out of your control, and it's like, how do I get there? And if it's everyday issues, daily issues outside of death and something that's causing trauma, I wouldn't even, it's like, what can I do? Nothing but live. That's it. That's all I can do is live. And some of us actually do have to make decisions out of fear. You got to think about people that are low income. You have to think about people that are black, people that well, actually just non-people of color. Non-white people, really. That's really it. Like, they have stress that some people don't actually have. Being a woman is stressful. Being a man is stressful. Being a black man is more stressful. Being a black woman is more stressful. For me, I know that's how it is for me. That's all I'm saying. It's like it's so many different things where people will make these lists, and it's like they're not really thinking about, okay, well, I don't really have the money. I ain't never had the money. How I'm gonna get the money? I don't have these ideas. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the education. I don't have. You see, it's like so many things that you may not have, but you can't keep thinking about that either. It's like you got to think over that. But at the same time, it's wrong for somebody to sit and tell you, well, you don't got a paycheck coming in. They like, well, you need to go ahead and start investing your money in stocks. You're like, wait a minute, I'm just trying to get a sandwich, like I'm just trying to get some money on the table, period. Today, that is my goal, so, yeah, it's like, for me, I see this stuff and I'm like, yeah, I got there, but at the same time, I had like problems with finances, I had problems with people, I had problems, like it was just all these problems, and now nobody cares or they don't want to give the justice, so it's like, how do you get up and maintain a smile every day? How do you get through that? How do you get over whatever? And like I said, get the information you need so you can get where you're going. But when you don't have the information, it'll start to cause anxiety, it'll lower your vibration, all those different things. So that's something where people have to really check, like when they're making these lists, like that's not gonna be the same for everybody. It's not gonna be the same for everybody. Okay? Negativity. This is something where you might have lingering thoughts and you might have lingering behaviors or whatever. And what you have to do is look at yourself. If you smoke and you accept that you smoke. Just don't do it and hurt other people. If you drink. Just don't do it and hurt other people. If you do drugs, same thing. It's like, just don't do that and then use that as an excuse to hurt other people. So, negativity for me is like, a lot of people are negative. And sometimes we'll take things as being negative. Like if somebody doesn't see it our way or see what the danger, like we won't see the danger in what it's causing us. I have this issue with my son all the time because I'm like, after going through everything I went through, I don't want you to have those negative ideas about yourself. And I don't want him to be around toxic people either. So the best thing about us getting away right now is like, or nobody being around us, is that um, a lot of the people that they were actually toxic. Like they'll actually come up here and it's like they over here trying to say stuff under their breath and start arguments with us and all this different stuff. And so we really not out of the way of toxic and negative people because they still come and try to like find a way into our life or whatever, or send the messages and all that stuff they do. So or hack, you know. So you just like, I don't know. So with the negativity, that's it. Like, you know, you just take it for what it's worth, and you realize that some people just not on your level. Like, that's like a meditation. Like, it's not even you can argue. Like, sometimes I find myself saying something back or whatever, but I would say this is a stop moment. Like, that's a stop and just think about all the blessings that you yourself have, and that you don't have to do that. You don't have to lower your energy. Like, it's like you past that. You beyond whatever it is they trying to bring into your life. Like, they keep trying to put something in your life, like a seed or something. Like, they want that to grow into something. And it's like, well, it's not going to grow into anything. It is what it is. It really is what it is. Also, some people will take your life and they'll be like, oh, I'm going to make a joke about it. I'm going to make a joke about this. This is going to be a joke. It's like, this shit ain't no joke. Like, it's not a joke. And so when you start realizing that too, like, you realize, wait a minute, I'm an adult, I'm a mature person. Like, this shit ain't no joke. It's not funny. And so, I don't know, you start to realize, well, I vibrate higher than you. So that's the problem. Like, you actually have like either a low IQ or something is wrong with the person. Like, it's no reason for somebody to continuously keep dropping little negative situations in your life. Because if that's happening to you, if they trying to do that to you, what's actually happened to them? You know, like, if they feel like this is like revenge, or I'm trying to get back at you or something like that, what is actually happening to them in their life for them to be like that? And sometimes it's nothing. So then you know it's a real problem, because you like, wait a minute, you didn't kind of been messed up since birth. Like, you know, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. So really, sometimes the negativity is just not your issue. If it is your issue, if you are the person that's messed up, then it's like, yeah, you got to sit down and actually have a coming to Jesus with yourself. So that's the problem. Like, using bad language, it's a bad habit, but sometimes it's just part of your culture. And so, but you could still use bad language and be like totally positive. Like, I always tell my dog, she the baddest bitch on the street. Like, you know, she the baddest motherfucker out here. And so that's all I'm saying. It's like, I can still swear, and I don't know, and I still feel something. But they said, oh my God. Anyway, but the other thing is that sometimes that you got to do it in the right positions too. Like, you can't just always do it. Like, it's like sometimes I talk to people and they be cussing, and it's like, they don't sound right here. You know, like, it's like, you don't sound right. Even though I cuss like I cuss. So it's like, oh my God, you know. But then other times it just is what it is. Like, that's a bad motherfucker right there. He fine as hell, you know. Like, it's just, that's how it is. It's just part of the culture. So again, using bad language, if somebody see that, they be like, you know, it feels like they shaming you, and it's like, no, you're not being shamed. You can use, if you telling somebody, I'm a bad bitch, you know, if that's what you're doing, I don't see nothing wrong with that. So use it. But the bad language is when you like, outside of the swear words, is when you saying you're not anything. I'm not nobody. I can't make it. I can't do this. I can't do. That's bad language to me. Everything else, fuck that. Like, y'all really, that's too much. You see how people just keep dipping? That's because that's somebody else's standard. So my standard is speak how you gonna speak. Period. Like, it's like, that's just who you are. You know, but don't be negative. I'm not gonna let somebody be negative on themselves. Like, if they like sitting there telling me a story, and like, oh well, I'm just not good enough. Oh hell no, yes the fuck you are. Like, you know, you everything. Like, for real, you peace, you hominess, you wholesome. Like, I'm like, you holistic. I don't care. Like, whatever it is, I gotta tell you. I'm about to tell you, because it's like, get up. You got to get up. You cannot be down. You have to get up. So if that's the case, yeah, I'm like, move. And if I gotta say move, bitch, get them out your way. What happened? Oh shit, I'm doing the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, so continuing. So it's like if I have to say move, bitch, get out your way, get out my way, or get out your way, I'm doing that too. It's just that's what you do. Okay, next. Doing things that go against your values. So that's what I was just saying. Like it's like standards and what we have and different things like that. I don't want to do things that go against my values. And the reason why is because I feel sickened and I feel awful about it. Like it's like I don't know. If you have values and standards, and those things change over time. And so you yourself, like it's some things that people can do that like I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm good. So it's like, yeah, if you get to that point where you just like, I don't, this ain't what I want to do. This not what I want to be. Like I said, when I was first going through all this stuff, they were just like, can I come over and sleep with you and eat your ass and all? You just be like, nigga, no. Like, I don't even fucking know y'all. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? And, okay, so anyway, back. So, yeah, if you have to move somebody out your way or get me to help you move them out the way, then you do that. So, anyway, the next one, doing things that go against your values. It's like, I don't want to do nothing that goes against my values. Like, it is not something that I want to find and properly do. Like, it's just not something that's valuable to me. So yeah, doing things that go against your values, I don't see the point of that. I don't see the point of that at all. Like I don't. Like some things they make me feel truly awful. But one thing, this thing is saying how to align your truth with your actions. Now this really does work. Out of all this stuff I'm telling you right now, if you are at a place where you got a low vibration, whatever, or you feel like you just stuck, or you feel like you're going through a whole lot of stuff, start to do things that you say you're gonna do. Like it's like if you say you're gonna go in there and get you a cup of milk, go in there and get you a cup of milk. And that's how you start. You start small. If you say you're gonna go in there and get you a cup of water, go in there and get you a cup of water. If you say you're gonna do 10 push-ups, then do 10 push-ups. If you don't do 10 push-ups, it's not a lie. It's just that you accept that you don't feel like doing it. And then that's it. And if you tell just start to do things that align with your truth. And once you do things that align with your truth, you'll start to see like your vibrational vibe will raise anyway. Like that's just how it goes. Like it's just like once you start like really figuring out who you are and what it is that you have to give and the things that are great about you and like the bad things, how they good, it's like how that's great about you too. Like even your flaws are just like some of the best things that some people can see. And so it's just stop thinking about how the world look at you and start seeing how you look at you. If you feel like you can't trust yourself, it's just because you're not doing everything that's aligning with your thing. That's one thing I hate with Lil Wayne say. He always say he don't trust himself, like he don't know himself, like he lost or something. And it's like he really kind of do, like but then too, I don't trust myself either, So I hate that he say that, but then at the same time, I understand why he said it. Because if I get angry, I don't trust myself. Like I don't trust what's gonna come out if I get upset with you. So yeah, it's like doing things that go against your values. Just that's the value thing. Yes, that's one thing. But what I'm telling you is once you start to align your actions and stuff like that, it's you in a whole different ball game from then on. Watching TV, especially of a violent nature, yeah, that'll mess you up. I used to watch Law and Order. I stopped watching. I stopped watching The Real Housewives. I stopped watching Basketball Wives. I stopped watching like all that little reality stuff because none of it it's not useful. Like it's like How many times you gonna see somebody not get invited to something and then they like, well, why can't everybody just get invited and then everybody just show everybody having a good time? Like it's always like some extra drama going on, and all of them had the same problems. Like I used to watch all of them, so I already know they all had the same problems, and so you just like, how many fucking times could I watch this shit? Then the tattoo thing, they too childish. Like it's like they actually go into arguments and stuff like they kids, and it's like, but y'all own businesses and stuff. So how are y'all functioning like that? Like that's not a full functioning mentality. And so when other people get businesses, are they gonna be that toxic? Or people looking at that as an example? And I'm the first person to be like, well, they don't do that. But I think about TV or like real life examples of stuff, and some people tend to like follow that and think that that's like a trend or something. So they might get to the point where that's all they want to do is argue when they get somewhere and this and that. Like I wouldn't be able to last their day. Like it's like, okay, you want to argue? Okay, it's this situation is over, the cheating and the backstabbing, and we gonna fight you because you the new girl, and all that shit is like shit that happened when you in elementary school. That shit happened when you gonna have a good, strong community. And it's like really no shows on TV like that where it's like this a reality show with a good, strong community. Like even if y'all having bad decisions and stuff, you still should be able to come out squeaky clean. This a cool business partner. And I know people tend to think that that's boring, but I say then make that into a creativity show or something. Like for real, instead of like all this, it's just too much. Because that's violence too, like the traumas and all this different stuff, and them working somewhere, and this girl, she got to be so gross and, immoral with her sexuality and stuff. Like, so then that's why people start to think, well, this is our business. Like, when the star go out with whoever they go out with or do whatever they do, they're like, well, yeah, this is my business, and it's not your business at all. It still has, even though you see it on a reality TV, that's really not our business either. It's not my business what goes on in somebody else's house. And now that I'm seeing it, I'm just like, I don't want my house to be like that. Like, I don't want all that drama in my house. I don't need all that in my space. Somebody coming in, putting hay on your floor and all that stuff. You too old for that. Like, for real, it's like, raise your vibrational frequency and you will see what I'm saying. Like, it's like, look back at yourself. Like, that's why I kind of look back at my videos too. Like, okay, maybe you need some makeup, but but that's it. Like, it's like I want to look back at it and be like, I'm starting petty fights and stuff, but I've never been like that either. So that's the thing. Like, y'all could see it totally different, but I just have not been a person to be like, I'm gonna argue with you over something stupid. It's just not my personality. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, I have no clue of why they do it or what they doing or anything like that. But I don't know. Maybe they malnutrition. Maybe they need a good meal. I don't really understand it. I really don't. I don't understand anything they do on those reality shows. So, violence and all that negativity. That's why I say the other thing is for black people, it's hard because every other day we see a video of somebody getting killed. And and that's something that'll lower your vibration. Like that shit'll mess with you. You could be in a totally good mood and they could tell like, what if the person look like your little cousin or your friend or whatever, and you crying? What if they look like you? You crying, you grieving, and you don't even know this person, and that's because now they have lowered your vibration. You an empath, and sometimes that shit'll suck the fucking life out of you, and then you wonder why you sitting up in the house 3 days being unproductive, and it ain't got nothing to do with you. It got everything to do with the stuff they putting out there that's lowering your vibration. And so that's the whole thing. Now you got to get it back up. Now you got to meditate. Now you got to do this. Now you got to do that. It's like, man, that's a lot to go through. Mistreating yourself, other people, animals, or the planet. Oh, I feel so guilty. Like, I get so guilty. Like, I don't like mistreating people. Even after they mistreat me. I can say I'm going to do it, but I'm just not. I'm just like, let me get the fuck out of your way. Like, for real. You want to mistreat? Okay, let me get the fuck out of your way. Let me get out your way. Just don't hurt my child. That's a different story. But, like, for me, myself, I don't feel like I need to, like, hurt you. Like, I don't have that. I just don't have it no more. I used to be like, I'm finna fuck. But now, and I didn't even say that. I just hit them. So, like, yeah, it's like now I don't even, let me get out your way. You do you. Like, people, animals, even when I know stories about people who mistreat animals. I just seen people mistreat animals, and I'm just like, I hate it. Like, it's like such a horrible feeling in the planet. Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. All that stuff is a horrible feeling. It's like, and I don't care what kind of data they give me or whatever. I'm just like still a recycle fiend. I'm like, I cannot stop recycling. It's like they be like, recycling only affects 1% of something. I'm just like, okay, well, okay, I recycle for the 1%. You know, we got boxes and boxes in here, but we got projects to make too. So, you know, it's like, man, and I'm a homeschool teacher, so yeah, we actually like, let's use this stuff. But yeah, and an artist. So I'm not a hoarder, but if I can make art out of it, I will. I will be back. But yeah, I will. Mindless activities such as social media, internet, no purpose, whatever, reality shows, commercials, video games, YouTube, engaging in drama at work, complaining about something you can't change. Okay, so this is like what they saying is mindless activities. I personally don't ever see anything as a mindless activity because if I'm looking on social media, it's because I don't watch TV. So I actually I think it's like that vice that I have in place of TV. I tried to watch Hulu yesterday and I couldn't even watch the show. Yeah, I thought I wanted to watch TV yesterday. I couldn't even watch the show. So anyway, like, it's just, that's true. Like, some things they drain your energy. Social media, like I said, they push those videos about people getting shot. Like, so say me somebody do get shot, they're just like, it'll be like 50 people that post the same thing. You just like, fuck, you know. I like that they had a sensitivity thing on there. I joined this group where they talked about different stories, and some people love this shit, like where people talk about their pain and what they going through, because some people they fucking play off that shit, you know. So I can't look at that, you know. I don't look at any of that, and they have a thing too where it says, since I don't read the stories because I'm like, no, but if I'm writing, maybe I might read it just so I can get like information about it. But yeah, mindless activity, sometimes that social media, it'll fuck you up. I don't care. Even if they got like, even if they have like a bunch of Jesus things, or, you know, because sometimes those, for people, if you know the person, you know they don't live up to that shit. They ain't never real about shit they do. Man, that's why I love me some Kirk Franklin, y'all. I love me some Kirk and Tammy, honey. You can't tell me I ain't no kin to him. You can't tell me I ain't never had none of her peach cobbler. I don't even know if she cook it or not. I'm serious. I love me some Kirk and Tammy. He be picking on her, and then be loving on her, and then she'll be loving on him, and he be picking, you know, she be picking on him. Then they be in there laughing, and he gotta be extra stupid, making her feel bad about herself. If I be like, boy, you better leave her alone, you know, like, but it's like, I love me some Kirk and Tammy. For real, I really do. And it's just because of the honesty of their relationship. Like, he even talked about when he had his, I don't mean to bring up old stuff, but he, like, talked about when he had his issues with porn and all that different stuff. So what? Fuck it. You know, like, you better now, ain't you? So, yeah, it's just like, those things, like mindless activities, like just scrolling. Even me too. I don't research everybody I talk about because sometimes I do. I feel like, man, I'm in their business. Like, I'm really trying to be up in their business. But we ain't even fucking friends. You know, like, I don't even know their damn business like that. You know, that ain't my homie or whatever. So, I just, like, that's why it's like, what do they do? Like, what are their activities? Like, what kind of things do they do that's positive for people in the community? Like, what kind of things do they bring into the community that's raising our vibration? What's the change that they making that they want to see? And you'll notice that most people, if they came from the hood, they got some program or something like that. They got like a donation or whatever they do. It is like, that's the stuff that I like. Like, it's like so many things that I like about that. So that's all I'm saying. Is like, yeah, mindless activities. I say look for the positive things. Like, I'm not gonna say don't do it, because some of that shit be good for you. Books, if you can't read good and you gotta watch TV, watch it. But then I'm saying, like, look for the positivity. Like, look for answers and clues and what resonates with you, and write about those things. You know, like, turn into an activity. If you can't write, talk about it. I don't know, do a podcast, whatever. So it's like, all these things that they say are mindless activities, they actually could turn into something positive. Like, I really do feel like we should have something outside the shade room where it's like the positivity room or something like that. I don't know. But it's like where we actually start to, instead of Nene always being this attitudinal bitch, you know, like, sometimes I feel like what she doing is, like, for real, it's just like self-care for her. Even though she got an attitude about it and stuff, it's like sometimes you really do need to fucking tell somebody to fuck off and get the fuck out your face. Like, because it's like you crossing boundaries, and you gotta think about her life, and if that's her true life and what she been through, some of that shit she really don't want to fucking deal with it anyway. So that's why the fuck she snapping. She ain't got no attitude, just had no fucking attitude. She got an attitude because you causing problems in the fucking attitude. You know, sometimes for these parties and shit, you don't want to see that bitch. Like, you don't want to see her. I don't want to see none of y'all. Like, I'm not. It's not about talking about you or something like that. It's just, I don't want to see you. I don't want to spend time with you or nothing. Like, I don't want you in my fucking space. So that shit, like, some of those shows, it's like, how can I handle myself? I'm not an assertive person. Nene is an assertive person. So that's going to be the friend. Because that'll be the friend I have to talk to her in private. That's why her and that other girl was so close. Because they got two different personalities. Her and Cynthia. That's probably why all it was. Even though Cynthia quiet like me, but Cynthia, if she tell you, she gonna tell the truth. So that's it, period. But what I'm saying is like, Nene and Cynthia don't see a lot of negativity because Cynthia has seen more than the most person. Like, she's been a model. So in her defense, it's like she just gonna be kind of chill about a whole lot of shit because she a model. She done seen a lot more than most of us have. So a person that has experience and like worldly experience, they usually gonna have a lower threshold for like not tolerant. It's like they really don't care. They know that this is what makes this person. Because when you get into certain cultures, certain things, just that's what they do. You know, like when I lived with my boyfriend, I hated when they didn't sweep the floor. Oh my God, I hate when they didn't sweep the fucking floor. That shit used to piss me off. They just take everything, put on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I hated that shit, you know? So it's like, but in my house, that shit, like, even today, like, every day I wake up and sweep up the dog hair. I just hate a nasty-ass floor. And so it's like, you know, but then you get into another culture, when you go over there, you know that really you can't just sweep. That's all I'm saying. Just sweep. You ain't got to even... They got a broom. Just sweep it up. You ain't got to get pissed off about it. I ain't got to get mad. I'm just going to sweep it up. If I'm at the barbershop and somebody ain't, and they hair getting cut and I ain't got shit to do and it's a lot of hair, I'm finna just sweep it up. That's just what you do. So it's like once you start to like see different types of life, then that little shit that people do, you be like, okay, it's easier to accept. And then sometimes it's just not. Like, that's my standard. I like a clean floor, so I'm gonna sweep that motherfucker up. I ain't gotta complain about it. I ain't gotta talk about it. I ain't gotta run them through the dirt. I ain't gotta do nothing. So some of this stuff is kind of helping you get a different grasp on life too. So I say, yeah, mindless activities, they are, but I'm saying doing with a purpose. Like, even when oh my God, at my lowest point, YouTube was like my savior. Like, when my son went to sleep, and sometimes before he did, and all I did was watch YouTube, man. For real, I just be Ralph Smart videos after one Ralph Smart video after the next. Searching for Russell Brand. Like, I'm just searching for somebody that know anything. And it's not even like I had the same problems they did or whatever. It's just like I was going through so much trauma. And it was nice to see that somebody understood. And actually, I was just like harder on myself than the average person. Like, I was an alcoholic for like 2 or 3 months. I smoked cigarettes for a week. I mean, I was like, in my head though, I thought I was like the worst bitch in the world. And I did that shit in college. I smoked weed for like 3 or 4 years. I'm talking about, I was in there like praying like I had committed 50 sins or something. And it's like, I haven't done half the shit Russell Brandon did. Like, he did, man, Russell Brandon fucked it up. You hear me? He lived. You hear me? So it's like, I don't know, like, it's just like looking for people that just got over their bullshit, you know, and so that's what helped me. So YouTube actually helped me, and they got it over here as like a mindless activity. Magazines make you feel good. The pictures, the glossiness of the page, you know, like all this shit. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people don't look at the shit they putting out there. So for different people, it's different strokes for different folks, and this is, I'm not saying mindless activities, no. Even sometimes you do. Sometimes you just got to get on social media and flip through. One day I'm just going to have to watch a fucking show and not think about the show and not feel it or whatever I'm trying to do, but I'm a feelings person. So that's just what happens. So don't think that everything you do doesn't have a purpose, because it does. You're a human being. You living. It's something. The only thing that really bothers me is when I'm playing games. Like games. I'm like, man, the time wasting on games, but not video games, but just games. Period. So yeah, it's just like that's something new because I always used to play video games. But I don't know. I always be thinking I gotta invent something, and the more stuff that you watch, actually, and the more social media that you see, is actually really educational. Especially TikTok. TikTok is educational like a motherfucker. TikTok, you think about ideas and shit. Like, can I do this shit? Can I do this? Can I make that? So yeah, I don't think it's all negative. I think that people try to put it like that, but no, that's not gonna lower your vibe. I think it's gonna raise it above anything else. It's gonna raise it. Drink alcohol. They saying because it's an illusion or whatever. How do I feel about it? First off, it's nasty. I used to drink a lot of alcohol. It was nasty, y'all. I used to have to put everything in there. And then sometimes I gotta mix more than one alcohol. It's like, man. But anyway, so drinking alcohol, I don't have nothing to say about it because I don't know how it would lower it, But yeah, it's just saying like, it alters your mind because you got a buzz or whatever. Yeah, I get woozy when I drink it now, so it's not something that I want to do. Which goes into the next one, which is addictive behaviors. And it's like just addictions. If you gotta wake up, it's like drinking, smoking, sex, drugs, gambling, overeating, and some of these things, man, drinking. I say you do have to get drunk sometimes. Smoking, try it out. See if you like. Sex is so delicious and delectable, but not sex with everybody. Sex with one person is good. Like, it's like, that is some good shit. Sometimes you have to have a day of sex. Drugs. I'm not a drug person, so I don't know. I have no clue. Even when I was sick, I didn't take drugs. Gambling. I don't gamble either. Y'all, it is crazy. If you give me $5 to gamble, a bitch ain't gonna spend no more than $5. That's it. I'm just not a gambler. I'm not a gambler, but I have been used as a good luck charm, and that person gambled and won money, and I got money from that. Okay. Overeating. Yeah, we all victim of that, and it especially women, like at different times, and they like, that's gonna lower your. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like that's a shaming or whatever. Like, if it's my period time, I want some candy. I don't want to feel bad about that. I don't ever, and I don't think anybody should. Or I want a roll or a piece of bread or something. It's like I want cake. It's like, and I don't even eat that stuff. Like, I don't eat it every day. I don't have to have all those things every day. This will actually, the flavored waters, like with strawberries and mint, and like I used to do these all the time. Like, put flavors in my water. But yeah, like all this stuff, yeah. Gone. Let's see. Watching TV, shopping, working, browsing social media, gossiping, complaining, checking your phone. I feel like a little bit of that is always kind of good. It's kind of something that will help raise your vibe. Like gossiping, and you actually get some information out. It has to be true though. Like, and if it's about you, is it really gossiping? Shopping. If you got $10 in your bank account and you find a skirt for $5 and you got 2 days before you get paid again, is that so wrong to buy the skirt? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So some things I just be like, I can't totally fucking agree with this because I don't know. It's like life happens. And so then, therefore, that raises your vibration. Even though you could feel guilty about it. Because I used to, like, what I used to do is buy the shit, keep it in my closet until it was close for me to get paid, or for when I got paid again, just in case I had to take it back. And then I wore it I might wear it on payday or after payday, depending on if I can afford it or not. But yeah, it's just like some things, you just make up a strategy and shit, you be fine. Like your vibration has not moved at all. Like it is just like, that is the meaning of life. Eating bad, chemically enhanced, genetically modified, and highly processed animal products. I believe in this. I'm not saying you gotta eat healthy all the time, but you gotta eat healthy like most of the time. And that's it. Like, you just got to eat healthy most of the time, because if you don't, you know, you will fuck yourself up. And actually, you can heal yourself if you just start to eat healthy. You know, that's it. Like, you just, that's all I'm saying is, like, you can actually, it actually heal you by eating healthy. And I think that's all I got. Like, it was just some ways you could raise your vibration, but y'all know, courage about yourself. In the morning, giving yourself affirmations. You know, one good one is the lady from Blackish, and she like, every morning I brush my teeth and I look in the mirror and I say, you're a pretty bitch, or something like that. It's like, oh my God, yes. Try gratitude blitz. It's like, you just, what do? I think you just, okay, all you do is speak out loud and take a ton of things. Okay, so anyway, yeah, grateful. I do this thing where I say what was the best part of my day. I don't say what's the worst part of my day. Fuck all that. But the best part, like the part that sit with you, like where you learn shit and all that stuff, that's a quick meditation. You can do long meditations too. Remember, when you sit in the car and it's quiet and it's cold, you actually are meditating. Like, it's like, that is meditation. Go outside. Repeat positive affirmations. Me and my son, we like to be outside. Do something nice for someone. Freshen up your appearance. Take a break from social media. Have a hug. They gotta warn me. I'm gonna hug you. I love the hugs from my son. Allow limited negativity. Cut their asses off. No, bitch. No. And that's it. Like, those are just some things about raising your vibe. Like, just so that you get to a point where you yourself are just not feeling toxic, or you yourself are not feeling bad about what's going on. Breathe. I do that sometimes when I start the show, because it's like, it's a lot going on. Put yourself in the light, in the sun. My son do this thing now where he wants us to go on the roof when he wake up. If I get up in the morning and he up in the sun out, he want to go to the roof. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I love it up there. At first I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I was like, oh no, you're taking too many chances with life. You know, and he's like, no, let's go up there. Guess who says they don't want to do it? Him. So he'll sit inside the house while I sit on the roof. He don't come all the way out on the roof. And so it's just like so nice to get the sun out there on the roof. Oh my God. Be honest, sing, pray, sing crown chakras, energy to your God. Also, you can make some crowns. I made crowns. I made my son a crown. Okay, the little girls in the neighborhood crowns. And you can make them with lace and like starch, you know, and you can put paint in the starch and paint it down. But anyway, it's just like, for real. All these things, they raise your chakra. I mean, they raise your vibe or whatever. And it's like, for real, you get to a point where it's just like an easy day. Like, nothing really is getting in your way except for negativity. And so, but with PTSD and anxiety, that's something different. That's why I want to talk about that too, because people will be like, well, her vibe is raised. Let's see if we can jolt her into, you know, let's tussle her about and see if she comes back. And it's like, no, that's not going to happen every time. Especially if somebody has PTSD and anxiety, because they already overly thinking anyway. Like, it's like something that's already like, oh shit, oh my God, I'm not perfect, or it's not good enough, or I'm not coming back quick enough, or I'm not doing this right, or whatever. So yeah, it's like a lot of stuff where we just, like, people with PTSD and anxiety, they don't take all that stuff like that. It's just like something that's not taken very lightly for us. So yeah, I think that's it for today. That's it for today. So anyway, again, it's Shantae.